the situation with Assassin's Creed Shadows couldn't get any funnier, Ubisoft decided it would be a good idea to do a Twitch stream to their 1 million followers and only have a sliver of them actually show up to watch it, to see a buggy mess exploiting a black character in feudal Japan that seems to fall for every single racial trope you could think of in the name of inclusivity. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And this live stream from Ubisoft is one for the ages because holy crap, when I watched part of this, because I couldn't even sit through the whole thing, cutscene after cutscene after cutscene with minor gameplay loops spliced in between, where even the chat was calling it out saying, another cutscene? Like, they forgot to actually put a game in here. They were so focused on pushing an agenda, pushing an ideology, shoving this story down your throat, that at the end of the day, it just turns into slop, where half the words don't even match with the mouth movements and patented Ubisoft fashion.
We should hope my son is found soon. For his sake, and for the sake of this peace.
It was brutal. The game is full of bugs. It's a mess. And the things that they allow Yasuke to do are clearly harkening back to the age of 2020 and George Floyd, where they just feel like they need to tip their cap to the black folks out there and say, yeah, black people are cool. And they were totally in feudal Japan because Thomas Lockley told us he was. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out SmashJT.com for the full article breaking down this hysterical live stream for a game that has cost Ubisoft not just millions upon millions of dollars, but potentially their entire company is riding on the success or failure of this game. And it's not looking good. The worst thing that could happen to a heavily scrutinized game just happened. Ubisoft went live with some gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it bugged out almost immediately when the Ubisoft developer attempted to, of all things, simply pet the dog. A delay that's cost Ubisoft an additional $20 million estimated to supposedly improve and polish the game has done very little to sway public opinion, as evidenced by their recent gameplay stream on Twitch. The game is already mired in controversy and widely criticized since its reveal trailer. It's failed to attract much enthusiasm at all outside of the die-hard Assassin's Creed fanbase, and despite Ubisoft's Twitch channel having well over 1.1 million followers, the live stream itself showcasing Shadows barely peaked at 15,000 viewers. And shout out to That Park Place for that number, because clearly they don't want to publicize that. And I didn't see it live, I had to catch it after the fact, and holy crap, it was bad. The goal of the stream was pretty straightforward, at least so I thought. To reassure everyone that the game had improved after months of polish and additional investments, but instead, the showcase became a masterclass in how to deepen someone's skepticism in a company. Ubisoft's ability to outdo themselves in this area is quite the hysterical talent, if I had to put it nicely. At one point during the stream, developers demonstrated what should have been a simple, charming moment: petting a dog. It's one of those small touches that games these days have become accustomed to and expect to be a standardized thing in gaming. Hell, there's even a very popular X account called @CanYouPetTheDog that's sole purpose is to inform gamers on if you can pet the animals in a particular game. And that account itself has over 500,000 followers.
Hold on a second. Hello,
Oh,
buddy. Hello.
hello.
Come here. Come here. Come over here.
So you look at this situation, and clearly the developers were trying to pander to this very easy win. We're going to get a W by petting the animal. Walk up to the dog and pet it and show everyone, yes, you can pet the dog. Look at how great this game is. And they couldn't even do that.
He's not sure.
He's not sure. We're not cool like that yet. Don't worry, I will earn.
What followed was an unintentional comedic highlight when the animation completely bugged out, leaving the player character stuck in a glitchy loop, unable to pet the dog. Now, as you see in the video, they walk up to the stairs, they're joking around, they're laughing, they think it's going to be a cute little heartfelt moment, relatable to all the players out there, but instead turned into a metaphor for the troubled state of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And while the Ubisoft game director, Charles Benoit, and other employees on the stream attempted to laugh it off, the reality was far darker. This game is not ready. The moment was a stark reminder to everyone following this game that Ubisoft, no matter how much money they put into it, it just isn't up to snuff with what it needs to be at. And you can't help but look at the diversity, equity, inclusion that Ubisoft injects into their company constantly and say, I think there's a problem here. As if the dog petting bug wasn't enough, the stream also featured an over-the-top moment involving the protagonist Yasuke, a character already steeped in quite the controversy, to put it nicely. In one scene, Yasuke literally powered through a concrete wall by simply lowering his shoulder, sending the rubble flying. And it's kind of funny because, yeah, sure, it's a video game, you should be able to do outlandish stuff and be fun with it. But the problem is Ubisoft can't make up their mind on if they want this game to be a realistic depiction of feudal Japan, or if they want it to be a video game where you can just do ridiculous things and do outlandish things. And it just doesn't make any sense in the context of what the game is. Natalia on Twitter said, they made the Black Samurai so OP that he can break concrete while running. DEI at its finest. And Kata replied saying, with the power of fentanyl, you can do anything. And that is harkening back to how Yasuke has been portrayed as some sort of reimagination of George Floyd, because they wanted to take full advantage of the BLM riots back in 2020 when this game was beginning in the early stages of development, and they thought it would be a really good idea to run with that. Yasuke's depiction has been quite the point of contention since the game's announcement. As the first Assassin's Creed title to use a real historical figure as its protagonist, Ubisoft leaned heavily into the DEI aspect of character creation, with rumors of Yasuke being modeled after George Floyd during the height of the BLM riots back in 2020. Grums on Twitter said, unbelievable, Ubisoft race-swapped Yasuke. Insiders have reported to Endymion that Assassin's Creed Shadows originally had a feature-complete Japanese male protagonist. He was race-swapped for Yasuke because Ubisoft felt like they would take advantage of BLM and George Floyd movements. And sure, that's a rumor that has not been confirmed, but when you put everything together alongside the heavily injected DEI video game company known as Ubisoft, you gotta lean towards thinking it makes sense. Many fans of the Assassin's Creed franchise feel like the choice of Yasuke, the black samurai that's documented via proven lies from Thomas Lockley to peddle a book, has supposedly existed in feudal Japan as an actual samurai. But that's been heavily contested, so Ubisoft was just like, sure, we'll just go with, it's a video game, so don't take it too seriously, guys. It's more of a nod to modern ideological trends than any kind of actual attempt at authenticity. The live stream's problem didn't end with that, though. Viewers in the chat chimed in with complaints about the poorly written dialogue, stiff cutscenes, and subpar voice acting.
To attend a Rengakai today,
A military alliance forged through poetry.
an affirmation of the ties that bind our existing alliance. To be clear,
Tokube, I must inquire.
The combat system was described as clunky at best, with Yasuke, given the ability to stomp enemies to stun them, and NPC interactions overall felt unnatural. Watching the stream showcased character models displaying awkward, unsynced mouth movements, which has seemingly become a calling card for Ubisoft titles in the modern era. They still can't figure out how to sync the lips with the words that are coming out.
Your wife married a courageous man, did she not? You're resourceful, smart enough to dodge debt-collecting thugs and
Gas him
murderous
up.
samurai.
No, wait.
I guess you're right. Fine. Back to Himeji Castle. Oh, and maybe I'll check on my wife. Or maybe not. She's going to kill me. And I have you to thank for that.
The game's racially charged troubles extend well beyond these obvious technical hiccups, though. Ubisoft's decision to feature Chinese architectural influences in the setting meant to depict feudal Japan have drawn accusations of lazy research and cultural disrespect, or how they chose to delay the release of the game to the anniversary of a major Japanese terrorist attack. The latest delay, now pushing the release to March 20th, 2025, has sparked more people discussing the controversy of that date coinciding with the 30th anniversary of the Tokyo subway sarin attack, a national tragedy in Japan. The timing has been criticized by many gamers as extremely tone-deaf, further alienating a potential Japanese audience. It feels like every step of the way with Ubisoft, if they see a rake, they're gonna run over to it and step on it as hard as they can. Who is in charge over there making these decisions? It's like some comedy of errors. I don't understand how they've even gotten to this point. From gameplay bugs to tone-deaf decisions, Assassin's Creed Shadows perfectly exemplifies Ubisoft's growing disconnect with their audience. What should have been an exciting entry into the franchise's first foray into feudal Japan has instead become a case study in how to not make a game and lose your fans' trust at record speed. The dog-petting bugs and Yasuke's concrete smashing moments aside, the game itself just doesn't look fun. They can try as much to laugh off these glitches and bugs and pretend like everything's hunky-dory, but gamers that actually care about these games see right through it for what it actually is. They can pretend all they want, but at the end of the day, the problem lies with the development and the intentions behind the people pushing these ideologies forward. That's the problem gamers have with it. Not that it's just a generic black guy put into a video game, it's what they were thinking and why they thought it was going to be a good idea that a lot of gamers have an issue with. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com. I'll link this article in the description below. If you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
So I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, today we'll show the game. We'll show a part of the game. So yeah, I'm game director, so I'm controlling the user experience, the player experience, the fun of it. So I can't wait to show you the gameplay.